because the trees are there and covers the parking lot.
It displaces so much water.
It displaces an awful lot of water. And then, once they built that bridge down there across the creek, it's almost like a dam.
Yeah.
Our parking lot, ever since they built the bridge down there, our parking lot gets covered with water. And you know, about every time it comes a big hard rain, whereas it never did before. And as a matter of fact, that's why our building flooded in 2003. Was it had never flooded even back to 1961, but the big flood, it had never been in the building until the bridge was built.
Yeah. Well, all those things.
All those things happen. That's life.
Make a difference.
But you know, getting the creek bank cut off will help us.
We had a little grant once, and we tried to get everybody, see if we get anybody to bid on it, to cut that creek bank all the way down past the school. And we just had, I think it was at that time $7,000. We couldn't ever get anybody to do it, but they said it's too much work for that kind of money.
Well,
So
we should have done that.
it would have been a good deal.
I wouldn't have done it.
Well, that's what we thought somebody did. We had one person try it, and they did a little bit and quit. So, and we took the position, well, he didn't do the job, we didn't pay him anything. So we'd use the money for something else then down the road.
So do you think you could make
What we'll do,
if you want to,
we'll put something together based on what we've talked about here this evening and pass on it. If you guys want to sign it and agree to it, then that's what we'll do. But we'll put it in writing, so you'll know what you're going to do.
that's what we'd like.
If I may, please, would you look at those two paragraphs right there, please?
And your question or concern about that is?
Well, what does that really mean? I mean, what is it actually saying that you and the county commission has the liberty of doing?
Well, I didn't read that it gave us anything unless we followed the conservation easement. And that's the process of doing what we have done, is to protect the land. I mean, I'd be willing to ask the prosecutor or somebody, what does he think? If you think it's not the proper interpretation. But Mr. Ramey's young and bright, I'll see what he thinks. But I've always felt and been told that that you have to protect the land, but you could use it as long as it was, the word they kept throwing at us was considered a green space, a protected green space.
Not being a lawyer, I would rather wait to have the prosecutor here for the next meeting to get his opinion.
I'd like that copy back if I could, please.
You want your pictures, maps, and all that? Or
Well, now, what I gave you that's handwritten,
keep this?
that's you.
Okay.
And the pictures, I think Kim intends for you to have those to keep.
Okay.
And you're welcome to make, well, you probably got a copy of this. anyway.
Yeah, she has it out. Okay, we will look at this a little bit more, but I'm still of the opinion that the property that we own, that adjoins the church property, will be given for use as we prescribed by the church to use as an open green space, as long as there's not anything that keeps it otherwise.
If I may, please, the total amount of that piece of property?
Yeah. I mean, that's my belief. That's what we set out to do, and I think that's where I'm headed. I don't want to do anything different. Now, if the prosecutor tells me I'm wrong, we might do something different, but I don't think so, not me anyway. My desire is to keep it as natural as it can be, and if the church can use it, I feel like that the people there, and you remember that, would do what we'd ask them to do as far as protecting it and following the rules that we were trying to operate by.
The intent of my question was, and maybe I didn't phrase it too well, but there won't be a portion of it granted to the church to use and a portion of it granted for grazing horses.
Not the part we're talking about. I mean, I'll try to make sure that what word we put together describes what we're going to convey in a way of an agreement. Not in a way of a deed, but in a way of an agreement of use. And if you all don't like it, just send it back to us.
If they have use of it, how long will something like that be in effect? If the church is given permission to use it and they maintain it as is required?
Probably as long as this commission, not me, but this commission wants it to be. It's always will belong to the commission, which means the people of Lincoln County. And it'll always be, I guess, at their discretion. You can't give something away if you don't really have the right to give it away. So that's, we're just saying, we're gonna let them use it. If they wanna take it under those conditions and use it, fine. If they don't, fine, but that's about what I would say.
But they won't be able to give you permission to go on there and do things. It will be theirs.
We'll have,
Judy, I understand that 100%. But the portion that the wife and I own that is between what the county commission owns and what the church has, I can give them permission to build a picnic shelter or whatever.
You're right.
And they can utilize that for that purpose there.
All right.
And then when they want to put a swing set or a volleyball court or whatever, it's just temporary, they can do it down on the part that belongs to the county commission.
You're right.
I guess my concern is that we only have one person or one group that's going to be responsible to carry out, to make sure this stays as it's supposed to be. And that's why I would not want to have somebody else involved, you or anyone else, say we're going to do some of this and some of that. No, I think the way I see it, we say to the church, if you want to do this under the conditions that we're going to set forth, you and only you.
Well, that would be my
And whatever you do at yours, and if you can add to that, that's up to you guys. That's nothing to do with us.
That'd be fine.
Okay, we'll put something together and get it,
Okay.
so you'll have an understanding.
We'll make a motion.
Totally fine.
Okay, we have a request here from the Griffithsville Church of Christ, Kim Matthews, to use a portion of land that has been deeded to the county commission, and they will use this for